Hi everybody. I recently had an interesting experience which was very good for myself, which I would like to record to refer to in the future if I need to. And also if someone else happens to run across the video and it can help them, that would be great too. Here's what happened. As I've gotten older, one of the things that's happened is that when I need to renew my driver's license, I need to go and appear at a driver's license office, DMV. So recently we came upon that. My license was expiring. I knew that it was expiring in a couple months, so I went to go ahead and make an appointment to get the license renewed. And much to my surprise, although I had heard before that there were very long wait times to get appointments, I was a bit surprised that they were as long as they were. They were in the 3 month or so range. So in any case, I went ahead and made an appointment, which was way out in the future from my perspective, but be it as it may. That's the way it is. Nothing that you and I can do about that. No point in fretting over stuff we can't change. So the process of scheduling the appointment here in Texas, where I live, was excellent. Actually, there were plenty of references on the internet to find the site to schedule the appointment. The site worked exactly like you would expect, and like, well, maybe not what you might expect, but it worked very well. And so I was happy with that. I got my appointment. However, I decided to persevere and see if I noticed there was a feature where I could change that appointment. So I decided I'd start in looking and see if I could reschedule at a different driver's license office, perhaps, or get a different time that was a little sooner. So in any case, I did manage to change the office and got a sooner time. It wasn't that much sooner, but it was about 3 weeks sooner. So that's a step in the right direction. So far so good. When the day came, well, I did a bunch of research on the internet looking at people's experiences of going to the driver's license office, and frankly, it's very, very spotty. You find the odd person that says it's a wonderful experience, and of course you find other people that say that it was a horrible experience, and they go on ad infinitum explaining why it was a bad experience. And that's, of course, valuable information to have, but let's not fret about that. Empowered with this knowledge, I drove my car to the driver's license office on the appointed day, and as is my custom, I got there, I was going to say an hour and a half early for my appointment. Frankly, I was hoping maybe they would let me in and I could go ahead and get my renewal application submitted. In fact, that is exactly what happened. After sitting in my car for a few minutes and observing people coming and going to get the lay of the land, I decided it was time to go. So I took the information that I had assembled in preparation for renewing the license with me, and went into the office. There was a greeter there, a very efficient gentleman. There was a line of 2 or 3 people, so I didn't wait too long, but I got up to the greeter. He was more than cordial. I told him, he asked if I had an appointment. I told him yes, that I did. I pulled out of my pack of documents a printed copy of the appointment confirmation, handed it to him. He went to some kind of a terminal machine, whatever, and checked and came back and said, "Hey, your appointment is an hour and a half in the future." He then went and picked up a blank form and handed it to me. I recognized it. It was the application for the driver's license renewal, which I had already discovered online and completed the application, so I was ready. I told him, I said, "Oh, I've got the form here." He said, "Oh, great." He said, "It's a very nice demeanor during all of this." He said, "Hey," and he pointed to a seat over, he said, "Hey, go sit down over right there. Sit in that seat right there, and I'll see if I can help you get your application submitted." So And by the way, I'm paraphrasing what he said. It's been a few days since this happened, so it might not be exactly what he said, but he said something of that nature. So I sat down and there were a number of people there in the office area waiting to be attended. And from kind of in front of me, but a little bit to the side, you could see where the counters were, where the staff of the office were working. And a lady appeared at a counter that I could see from where I was sitting, and she motioned to me to come forward. So, of course, I did. I had a pack of paper with me, and among those things I had discovered looking on the internet that there are a number of things that I would need to actually renew my driver's license. One of those, I need the application filled out, not signed, by the way, just completed, but not signed, because it needs to be signed in front of them. So that, in any case, so I had the application. I also had my passport, U.S. passport. I had, let's call it a certified or apostolated copy of my birth certificate. I had my voter registration card. I had copies of my trash bill and the bill for the water for my home with me. And if I had something else, it slips my mind right now. But I had a lot of documentation. So in any case, I approached the lady, was warmly greeted. She asked if I had my passport or birth certificate, to which I replied, yes, I have both. She said, well, may I have those? And I said, of course, sure. I pulled them out of my envelope of papers and handed them to her with, of course, I probably didn't say this, but I'd already given her my application. She briefly looked at the things. She turned the application back around to me, gave me a pen and said, okay, sign this here, which I was familiar that I needed to do. I signed the paper. Apparently she's a notary, or at least authorized to witness my signature, which she did. So she started processing, doing whatever she did. The lady was very professional in her demeanor. She, after going through some whatever it was she was doing behind the counter there, she asked me to go ahead, and there was some digital signing pad. There was a digital signing pad there to my right. She asked me to sign that, which I did. She also asked me to put my two thumbs on a little square black colored box that had a cable running out of it. This was to take my fingerprints of my two thumbs together. And then she asked if I was paying with cash or credit card or whatever. I don't remember exactly what her words were. So I told her credit card, and I retrieved the card from my wallet. I swiped it in the machine. Didn't work first time. Probably was me not moving it correctly, whatever. In any case, and she said, go ahead, do it again, whatever. In any case, so that all worked. And then she inquired if I had the eye test, which I said, no, I haven't. And so she proceeded to give me the eye test, which was the letters. In my estimation, you'd have to be pretty blind not to pass that. But in any case, I do wear glasses, and when I drive, I don't have to wear glasses, as you see now. I'm not wearing them, and I see fine without them. But I do wear glasses when I drive because it sharpens my vision, and I think that that's important to have my vision as clear as it possibly can be. So in any case, I chit-chatted that to her, and she gave the test. And the test, just for information, is that they ask you to look at the chart, cover one eye and read the letters, and then cover the other eye and read the letters, which I did. And so that basically was the end of that. Let's see, I don't recall if there's anything else that needed to happen there, but basically she gave me a receipt for the payment that I had made, a piece of paper, 8 by 11 sheet, which was a receipt. And she also gave me another sheet, which was I'm going to call it a permit to drive, a kind of a temporary permit. I think it's valid for about 2 months or something of that nature. And she explained to me that that I could take this paper and fold it up any way I needed it, but I needed to carry it with me when I was driving. She and so this being the permit to drive, because she had in the original process of talking with her, she had asked for my driver's license, which I surrendered to her. In the process, somewhere along the way, she cut I think it's the upper right corner of the driver's license off, the part that has a little logo symbol up there in any case. So she'd cut the corner off, and she returned that to me. Of course, that's not valid to drive with any longer. But the permit, of course, is what I needed. So I packed up. She returned my passport and birth certificate and whatever. Gave me back all the stuff, put it back in the envelope. She was, I've mentioned a couple times already, very cordial, very efficient, very proficient. It's clear that she knew exactly what she was doing. There wasn't anything there that would slow her down, of course. And so, but in any case, I was very pleased with the service. She was a very pleasant person. In fact, as I turned to leave from the counter position where she was attending me, she said to me, "Happy birthday," because the driver's license was to expire a little bit in the future. She obviously knew my birth date and whatever. So she wished me a happy birthday, to which I was very grateful. I think that's a very nice touch. People don't have to do that. But I thought it was cool that she expressed that to me. I was happy to hear it from her. So, in summary, I've had a wonderful experience getting my well, I don't have my new driver's license yet. It will come in the mail. She explained that to me. She said it would take a couple weeks. I read online that perhaps they're backed up. The state is perhaps backed up issuing those, so it may take longer. But I just need to wait for it to appear. There again, she was very forthright with explaining how things are, what to do, kind of, I guess I would say, anticipating my questions that I might have to her about everything that happened there. So, in closing, once again, I've said it a number of times already, this has been a great experience. To be forthright with my feelings, I was apprehensive before I went because I haven't been to a driver's license office in forever. I tend to fret over stuff anyway, so in fact that's part of the reason I decided I'd make this video, to serve as a reminder to myself that in 8 years, when I need to go and renew my driver's license again, I'll be able to watch this and refresh my memory. Of course, perhaps things, not of course, but perhaps things might be different. But at least it's something I can use in the future. And like I said at the outset, if you happen to stumble across this and you found the information useful to you, because you hadn't been to a driver's license office in a long time, at least in the state of Texas, that's how it works. And I'm very delighted.